Differently from the first two workshops, the third experiment it's a plugged one. So you will use the STAIR the STAIR device, so the STAIR air quality control unit. As you can see, we will talk about the humidity and the warmness of the air. So the difference between humidity in cold and warm air. The aim of the experiment is to measure via the thermohygrometer that we use with Arduino and the DHT22, the sensor in our STAIR air quality control unit, how air temperature affects the relative humidity in a room. The relative humidity it's important because with too much relative humidity our organism could not sweat and could not change our internal temperature and balance our internal temperature. So with a high relative humidity, our organism will not feel comfortable. The aim is of the project, as you can see, it's to analyze all the situation that could help students and teachers also to have a better lesson, workshops, and to learn better, because if you feel healthy during a classroom, your class you could learn better and your brains works better. So for this third experiment we need 2 plastic or better glass containers of equal size, at least 20 centimeters for 20 centimeters wide, ice cubes, water from water at environment temperature, a lamp with an halogen or incandescent bulb, preferably a thermal bulb but not LED bulb, because it not produce enough temperature, enough warmness, energy, thermal energy. The STAIR air quality control unit, as I told, it's a plugged experiment. If you produce 2 of them, the experiment could be carried on in a parallel way and quicker, but you could do first the analysis of temperature and then of humidity, and in water, cold water and warm water. Vinyl glue, a smart device to stopwatch or a timer, and tongue depressors that you will glue as stated in the picture. During the experiment, we have to put the water, as you would see in the toolkit, in the container, and put ice cube in one container, and put the thermal or the bulb that you use on the other one, and this will help to become warmer the hot water and colder the cold water, to extremize the experiment to have better data. Then you have to put on the container the structure that you built in with tongue depressor, and put on the STAIR air quality control unit. First on the cold or warm water, you could decide, it's not important. As you can see in the table, we put the cold container and the hot container, then the temperature, and in cold and hot. If you do with 2 instruments, this could be easier, and you could make a confrontation between the measurements in real time. Otherwise, you could do first cold than hot water. As you can imagine, in addition to observing a rapid increase of temperature in the container exposed to the lamp, there will be a slight increase of humidity, because the water will evaporate, so will before condensating will fill the air. And the most interesting result is related to the increase of relative humidity. We always measure the relative humidity is in a percentage. The relative humidity is the quantity, the maximum quantity is related to the maximum quantity in a cubic meter or centimeters that you could find. So how much humid is 1 cubic meter that we are measuring, basing on the proportion to the maximum humidity that could absorb. So it's a percentage measurement. In the cool container, the relative humidity will decrease less to the because will evaporate lesser than the warm container. Depending on the season in which the air quality analysis is carried out, you would find the differences. Summer or winter obviously are different, but the interesting results that you will find the measurements, you could put the pre-experiment measurements in the table, and then your student could fill the table. You will see that warm water will increase, warm air have higher humidity than colder ones. So you could relate to our feelings, the feelings of our body, our healthy feelings. Our lungs need humidity to breathe better, but too much humidity is not healthy for our body.